So we're back after what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years, a lot of things have changed. We
So
were living
much.
in our parents' crib, doing it in our basement, but now things have changed. We're still in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
but not in our parents' crib.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
how's everything with you? It's mostly a catch-up season or
Okay.
catch-up episode.
Touch up episode. Well, we gotta tell them the missing person. He'll come here and tell his story about why he's missing.
He will
But
eventually.
yeah, he's missing. Um, I've been good.
You been good?
I've been good, bro.
I have
can't
some
complain.
questions for you. So like this is
Oh my gosh, he's got
I have written
a
my stuff down. I got
notebook.
a little old school for me as years went by.
All
And
right, all
I
right.
lost my
I'm
technology
ready. I'm
age,
ready.
but
I'm
I'm
ready for the
here.
questions.
I was asked a question the other day, and then it made me sit down and think. So I'm gonna just spitball it to the people out there and also you.
Valid.
And it's called "Behold, Now What."
All right.
So when a moment came, and like let's say an opportunity came along, it was behold between you. But now what? Were you ready for the now what moment, or you got shocked and like I gotta figure it out?
I feel like I'm like almost too ready for the now what moment, and I've been waiting for the behold for a while. And a lot of things that I thought I was going to behold, for example, working with the commissioner of the NFL, working with Ryan Reynolds, working with Russell Wilson at the top of a fucking 60-story building in New York City. That's something when you start doing audio, you're like, yo, I want to meet all these famous people, and I want to like be close to like the event world. And now I'm at the point where like it doesn't even phase me anymore, and I'm kind of over it.
You kind of over it. So
I'm
like,
kind of over it, and I want to behold my own success.
yeah. But
I
the
want to
question,
behold my own day of reckoning. I'm tired of
their
being,
time.
huh?
You're tired of their time, basically.
Yeah, not their time, but I'm tired of setting up for other niggas. I want my own shit, and
Respect.
and I got really far in this industry, and there's maybe like I'd say probably 3 more levels above me that I can go. Um, but like where I'm at right now, like I'm making decent money. But like the next level that gets me more money, like the amount of stress and things that come with it, like part of me is there for it, and then part of me is like I got into this because I like music, I like art, I like doing events, I like seeing people happy, and I forgot that part of myself because I ran myself dry doing corporate events, weddings, blah 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 blah. And like now, I feel like I barely even enjoy music or do
So
music
the
anymore.
behold of like that aspect of life is gone.
Yeah, and honestly, when it was there, like I said, I met Ryan Reynolds like 2 weeks ago. I didn't give a fuck because it was like at the end of a 14-hour shift.
Yeah, done.
All I'm doing is putting the mic on him, and like he's going out saying his speech. I'm taking that shit off, and then like then what?
Yeah, he
Then
doesn't know you.
you know what I'm saying? I still go
Yeah,
home. I'm still the same old me. I'm still so like it's things that sound cool, things that sound flashy,
yeah,
but it's not actually a lot to behold when you're up at the top.
yeah. But what I would say about that aspect, like most people in the audience are gonna be, or
Yeah,
anyone
they're
in the
gonna be
world,
striving.
they want to be behold. Like everybody wants to be like I want the nicest car.
Yeah,
Behold,
yeah,
but the payments,
right,
but
exactly,
the payments, but that's the now moment that it comes
exactly.
to.
So that's what I was saying with me going to this next level.
It's
It's like,
that,
yo, if I want that money that
yeah,
comes with the next level,
behold moment.
this would be whole moment. Do I want all that stress that's gonna come with it?
Yeah,
Do I want to like now I'm the guy everybody's calling instead of me having to call niggas? Now everybody's calling me.
yeah,
Part of that is already falling on me, which is part of why I'm like jaded.
yeah.
But like still, like I know that next level is just more of that, more
More than,
bullshit, more thousands of dollars I have to spend on gear, right? Because now I'm getting to that
yeah,
point,
but you're catering to these people.
right? So like now I'm getting to that point where like I did an event. It was the first event where it's not no, it's the second event where somebody rented speakers from me. First time that it happened, they only rented my DJ controller, so it was really easy, $100. But even that, like that nigga had that shit for 3 hours longer than he had.
You should have.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have.
And I was in Jersey City for an extra 3 hours waiting for this nigga. So like that's
They
a part of like the stress that comes with the next level.
The next
You know
level,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's the clauses
And then
basically.
the most recent event, $700, 2 speakers. Oh my god, the amount of problems I ran into for 2 speakers that I already had. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
Are you ready? Are you ready? This is
I'm ready for
this
this.
perfect example of what you're asking me. Fucking so I call my DJ homie. and they only want that shit set up. He doesn't have to DJ. He doesn't have to play anything. He just has to go there, set it up, and then break it down, leave. He gets 400. I get 3. Right? Cool. Done deal. So the first thing. So these speakers, they live at my studio. We usually only use like one at a time. And first thing I notice when they get in my car is that one speaker is bigger than the other.
So that was like the moment you realized that okay, these are not the same.
Yep, these two things are not the
so
fucking
now you
same.
gotta go and make a story in this.
So now I gotta go and get a matching speaker for either one. So fortunately, he was able to get one, but then that cuts into the 700, right? Because now we gotta rent that shit from somebody else.
Yeah.
Then the day comes. I had told him like a week out. We have everything. The day comes. He's like, yo, my ride canceled on me. I'm like, fuck. I gotta go and do another job. So I had to leave this nigga with my car.
Trusting someone else to drive your car to make
literally. Okay, and this nigga got a permit. You feel me? He got a fucking permit. And I'm trusting this nigga to drive to Long Island when he was supposed to have a ride. So now I got 3 speakers in my car. I'm not even there. Yeah. Fortunately, my job was on Long Island. So after my job, he came to pick me up. But my whole point was it should have been 1, 2, 3. Really simple. I give you 2 speakers. You go. You come back. Here's 400. You know, here's.
Yeah.
But instead, what was it? I got to get this nigga my car. I got to rent more shit.
Yeah.
I got to get picked up for my own job in my own vehicle. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's an added element of stress.
Too much to go forward in that aspect. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But for the next time, you know that there's a written agreement. You cancel.
Yeah.
But once you get those things tapped.
But then again, if you fuck the agreement in the canceling, then I lose out on what $700.
You lose out on $700, but you make
for not doing shit.
You make $200 cancellation fee and do nothing, and you gotta take that over.
That's if I have a contract. So here's the part of this industry. Specifically this industry, and specifically in this part of the world, or even the country for that matter. You know how everything, like you work on cars.
Yeah, I work on. Yeah.
Bro, how many fucking deals are a handshake and a
lot, and that's where I will say my behold now what moment comes in where I can say and speak now. Like
yeah.
So the next level to my aspect of life is like I moved into this house after breaking up with my girlfriend last year, and then I was like I hit the behold now what, because I went back to my mom's house in the basement. Now this house is unfinished basement. I'm living in concrete floor, and I had to feel it.
Right.
No heat in there.
Yeah.
But the behold now moment came. What is the next step? So I went back to my mechanics. Like, hey, let me go back to what I started to do. Let me go back to what I'm doing. But why is it wrong? And I realized that the wrong thing was my communication. I wasn't using what the media, what the world is giving you, these free apps. I wasn't using that stuff. You can make written agreements online. You can make court ready agreements that
very true.
Assigned by DocuSign over the phone will get you further than just making that agreement in a handshake.
Right.
So all these cards that you see in my driveway before you came here, they're all of written agreements. They're written agreements, but also guess what? They can't back out of the deal because the deposit's already made.
Right.
And then their deposit's made on the fact that if they back out, then that's there. And that's what I say, like the big thing, like okay,
so you charge cancellation fees.
I charge cancellation fees. I charge misrepresented fees. I charge labors on fees on things that are not it. Also, there's things arising. It's also in the clause, like hey, if I'm doing your brakes and this goes bad, but that's the materialistic part. If you look at life, like if something goes on, there's always gonna be materialistic part.
Well, yeah.
But
there's always two sides.
But if you look at an agreement,
a spiritual side and a physical side.
Yeah, if you look at an agreement in itself, and you just grab the piece of paper, look at the agreement, and you realize that all you are is just the person filling the gaps. So it's versatile to anything.
That I like that you said that, because I was having this conversation literally yesterday, I think, with somebody, and I was trying to explain to them. Oh yeah, it was my aunt yesterday, and I was trying to explain to them that like, so she works in the pharmaceutical industry, and she was like you said, filling the gaps, introducing this person to this person, that kind of
off agreements. If we notice, it's all off agreements.
That kind of shit, and I was trying to explain to her. I was like, she was talking about like what I do. She was like, "Oh, that sounds like such a headache. I couldn't do that." I was like, "I'm doing the same thing you're doing. It's just like instead of you buying drugs, I'm buying speakers. Like,
Yeah, you buy speakers.
but
Yeah,
it's the same idea. It's just logistics. It's
logistics.
logistics, communications. How can I? All right, this person has a boat. This person needs something shipped. Boom. This person has a party. They need a speaker. Boom. This person has a car. They need it fixed.
That's it.
You're solving a problem, and that's what's getting you the
So
finances.
I tapped into like a lot of like reading over the past year. As you can see, I've read over 10
Yeah,
books
yeah,
just this year alone. I read 10 books. I'm
and
on
you got
another
it.
one.
Yeah, you got that one.
And I've learned through every book I've read, it's just how can you effectively fix someone else's problem? And
Mm-hmm.
that's just the main question. If you become a millionaire fixing someone else's problem, if you can do that, if you can master that aspect, I've recently changed my career. I will say that after being in the mechanic industry since 7 years old, I know might sound absurd to most people, but I started at 7. I'm 26, so I got 19 years into this career. I have tools to show, prove, and been
Yeah, yeah,
through.
no. I seen this kid with 2 BMWs and box trucks in high school. So before you come at him for, oh, you
Yeah,
ain't do it from 7. Nah, he
yeah,
did it from
that's
7.
media. That's media speaking.
He did it from 7.
I'm just saying,
I'm just backing you up because I seen that shit with my own eyes.
but like I'm saying, I seen that aspect of the life, like the logistics of that, and then I turned around and I found this job that I'm working at plumbing, heating, cooling, and I was introduced to becoming like a master plumber and also learning the trade. And now that I've done that in my life, and it's like now I'm 2 years in, now I'm taking the next step where I'm actually being a manager and stuff. Like not a manager, but I'm taking the role of learning and overseeing stuff and not being dumb to the situation. Realizing like, okay, there's stuff, this is going on, this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized the contract that my boss is using. Like I have a lot of shout out to my boss. And I'm not gonna name him now, but he will be on media soon. I have a lot of shout out to him is like everything's written agreement. And if you notice that the written agreement, he never has stress. He doesn't stress about losing the job. He's stressed about completing it.
Mm.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows how to figure the problem out.
Right, right.
He
Because
knows the problem.
and the job security is there
Is there.
because of the agreement.
Yeah.
And then but my question I guess would be, well, how long has this company been running? Because that probably helps with the consistency of the clientele.
The clientele that brought in. So we're in business for 35 years.
That's why.
But
So
you have
like tenure. Everybody knows your name. You've been there. You've been chosen. You've been chosen before. You have brand. What is it?
Brand growth along the
Or
line.
no,
Yeah.
but there's a word for it. The brand. Not
Stable
brand.
market, if you want to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say brand loyalty, but it's more like you have stability because of your name.
Stability, yes. But what I will say right now is like now that I'm
because for example, like me, just coming from the audio industry, there's a bunch of little shit companies that have to struggle to get contracts signed, and then there's big ass companies who are getting calls from, like I said, these showrooms in New York City every other week. You know what I'm saying?
So did you ever ask yourself the question of how they getting it?
Well, the first answer I know is seniority. Like when your company's been there for 35 years, there's not a lot of marketing you have to do at that point. When you were starting off, there was more marketing that you had to do versus when you have an established name. And then you can usually work with recurring clients when you have an established name, and then you can also use past events as your marketing. So that's why I was asking, because they say what is it? Most businesses fail in their first year.
First year, I've been
so that's why I asked, because plumbing and heating is all about client acquisition, and so is audio production. It's all about client.
So that's why I got taught like all three aspects will be like in like so. The way I realized is he's been in business for 35 years. I've been doing mechanic for 20 years. I have word of mouth. He has word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I've never advertised. He's been advertising.
Okay.
Cool. Aspect of the aspect. You look at that now, and then you zoom out and you look at. Let's look at it this way. He's been doing it for 35 years. Most of our clients in the plumbing heating industry, and then let's say 80% of our clients are all new customers. Why? He's been advertising more than ever. He used the recurring clients to buy his advertising for the next client. So I thought about that and I said, hold up. So what I did was I took that, matched and mirrored, and I did it my own way. I said, I'm going to grab my recurring clients, word of mouth. I've been doing it for years. So, I got plenty of clients on that.
Yep.
Took those and I went and I started putting on Facebook Market advertisements, little Google advertisements. My income on that aspect alone has tripled. just on my mechanic work.
Wow.
And I didn't go cheaper. I went more expensive.
Nice.
But I guess what? My return on investment was way better. And that's why I say, like, when the behold now, what moment was, are you going to really step up to the plate? Are we going to get to that next level in life? We're going to become millionaires.
I know.
In the future,
right?
But we have to make sure that we have to.
You got to take the steps now.
That's our vanguard. We got to do it.
Yeah, you got to take the steps now.
That.
If you don't take the steps now,
you don't take the steps now.
You know,
yeah. These guys are taking the foot off the gas pedal and they're letting you catch up. If you look at it that way, they're letting you catch up. Bruce got speakers now.
Right.
Bruce got DJ equipment.
Right.
Bruce know how to set it up.
Right.
Bruce know how to get to these connects. So now, guess what? Once they take the foot off that gas pedal, and you just and guess what? They're here. They're here, and then that foot is coming off. Maybe they're idle for a little bit, but guess what? You're climbing.
Right.
You're climbing. And guess what? Once you get to that certain point and you know you figured out all the quirks and kinks and this and that, man, the written agreement could be through text message. You didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You know, court of law.
DocuSign. I know about DocuSign.
No, court of law, a text message written agreement.
Oh, that's funny.
It's basically 9 tenths of the law, basically.
That's funny.
You're there. You agreed on text message that this person on this day owes you this, and if they cancel, this is owed. Or this deposit they got is basically voided. You keep it. Once you have that on text message, you're good. So why not apply yourself that way? ChatGPT's here.
Right.
ChatGPT can make any type of contract you want. That boom, boom, boom.
I already know.
Fill the gap and that's it, done.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been using. I've been using ChatGPT. Like,
make me a contract.
We're from an era
for this kind of job.
Yeah, we're from an era where I will say the world. Like I will tell you right now, we might be 26. But we're from an era where we didn't grow up with ChatGPT. We didn't grow up with Instagram that well. No. We're not socially advanced. We haven't seen an iPad at 10 years old or 5 years old.
That part.
We didn't use this stuff. We had to learn. We were in the transition era.
Yep.
Pen and paper, and then we transitioned to media.
But that's what makes us
the boomers.
Well, no. The boomers are the boomers. That's what makes us the most powerful generation right now. Because
we're the most luckiest.
Well, yeah, we are. Because we got to see both sides. We got to see the world before technology
and after technology.
And we have the scope where we're not like the boomers, where we're not like looking at our phone like, how the fuck do I send a photo? Like, you know, because some boomers, like my mom be like, yo, like, son, how do I close all my apps again? Yeah. I'll be like, okay.
You told it too many times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, grasp it, right. So we're not like that, but then we're not like the iPad kids where we're like here and then we're 12, 13 and we don't know how to talk to people because you know, we've been in our phones all day. Like, so we have both sides.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, it's our job, right? It's our job to, what was the second part of the behold?
Now what?
It's our job to answer the now what. Because we can see the problems with technology and we can see the problems with the old way of life.
Definitely.
Right? We see the problems in politics. And we see the problems in like some of the ways that our parents lived, but then we also see the problems in like some of these kids doing the YN and like going crazy, like in the other direction, you know. So we have this like scope that makes us balanced, and like for us, the now what is like, all right, now we have these both sides of the coin. How do we use it, and how do we lead this world to like what it actually should be, what it actually could be? Because these old fucks are dying out. And they've been in power since the 60s. So it's like a lot of things are collapsing right now. The financial market is going to be digital. You know, everything is going to be digital.
Wall Street's dead.
Right.
Ghost town.
Everything's going to be digital.
Later. You got it.
Everything's going to be digital. And all these old people are going to die. So it's like literally going to be a changing of the guard. The financial market is changing. The political leadership is changing. The media landscape is changing. Everything is changing.
Everything is changing.
So it's like, all right, and we have the best position.
We know both sides.
We know both sides. So there's no reason that, especially like people with our intellectual tact, shouldn't, you know, be millionaires or shouldn't be in positions of power in the next 10 to 20 years.
Definitely.
And you know, there's going to be a lot of people trying to stop us from doing that, and we could get into that conversation and.
That's the whole
Charlie Kirk and all that. We could talk about you know the powers that be wanting to stop people like us because that they see that the change is coming.
Understandable.
And there's a spiritual aspect to that called the Age of Aquarius. You know, some people might not believe that.
Yeah, like from my aspect, I'm a big Christian believer, and I'm also go to church stuff, and I've came along the line to becoming like a men group and
Mhm.
going through that stuff, and I realized that a lot of people's similar problems, the same thing. It's like they lack either the discipline or the motivation,
Mhm.
but they can't seem to put both of them in one bottle. And like if you put them both in one bottle, you shake it up, and then you got that motion going. You understand it. You make it further because most people like they'll be on the right place but have the wrong intention. So like you'll be on Instagram, but you're looking for nudes. But
Mhm.
you're married, so you got
Mhm.
a wedding band on, but you're looking for nudes.
Mhm.
But you should be on Instagram looking for customers. You know what I'm saying? You're on the right aspect in life. You're on the right aspect in life, but you got the wrong motive going on.
And everything can be used for like, good or bad.
Good
I
or
mean,
bad.
like
You could be at the gym and doing bad things at the gym.
literally,
You could be
you could be at the gym and you're a roid head, and you come home and you're broke,
yeah.
and you know you scream at your mom, and all you want to do is fucking pump iron and blah 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 blah, and you're like I said,
Yeah.
you
And that's where I
in
come in.
all other aspects you're a loser, but at the gym you're a king.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like
Exactly.
anything can be used for bad or good. I agree.
This is
with
where
you
I come
on
into like the next question, like the big questions, like
that. Yeah,
it's
hit
the
me.
big. It's not even a question. It's a big. It's like it's a big topic. It'd be fixing other people's lives.
Ooh.
And I realized throughout like my venture in this world that I've delved into a lot of people's lives, and I try to fix it piece by piece when I realized that my life was still in crumbles. And I recently put a puzzle together just to realize that when I put the puzzle together, no one came to help me. The puzzle was put together by me. So why and won't lie, my mother as well. She came put the puzzle. The majority was put by me. So when you realize that when you lean on somebody, and I also invited one friend to do the puzzle with me, and he looked and walked away. I won't say no names, but I'm just saying that if you look at your life and you put that aspect of the puzzle and you lay the puzzle down as a covenant to the life, and then you go like, okay, who's gonna help me? And you realize that you're building it piece by piece, day by day.
And nobody.
Why are you sitting down trying to go put someone else's puzzles on their board? So I can't get mad at him for not helping me, but I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get mad at my mom for not helping me, but she did help me. But I can't get mad at her for not completing my puzzle.
Right.
But also, it's my covenant to finish that puzzle. So that's everybody in this world. Is why am I sitting down
I'll
thinking about doing?
I'll go from a Christian perspective. I'm sorry to cut you off. Bearing your cross.
Definitely.
Pick up your cross and follow me.
100%.
Same aspect.
Same aspect.
I have to complete my own puzzle. I have to develop through my own traumas. I have to go through my own dark night of the soul. I have to, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death. LOL.
Yeah, it's basically
right,
that aspect.
Right, but you have to, like you said, you have to go through it alone.
You go through it alone.
You have to go through it alone, and that's the only way you figure it out. And you can help, as you were saying, you can help somebody else as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to finish their own puzzle.
And that's where I come at. Is like I put
it's
it
up
to
to
the
them to bear their own cross.
Yeah, and that's why I put the aspect is like when you look at like the Luke chapters in the Bible and you got the Proverbs and all that stuff, it gives you the it's basically telling you what to do in life, and it's step-by-step directory. You can read it you can read the Bible over 7 times, flip it upside down, read the Quran. You can do whatever type of script you are. When it comes to certain steps in life, they tell you the same thing.
Yep.
It's being faithful, being honest,
yep,
getting your stuff right.
Yep.
And nowhere in there does it say that you have to bear another man's
cross. Yeah.
So why are we doing it as humans? Our nature thing was let's bear someone else's cross. You bear someone else's cross. You do things for people. You were doing things for other people that you shouldn't have. So, out in the world, doing things for people you shouldn't have. Me, I was doing things for people I shouldn't have. So what is that?
Okay, so what is that? That is the question.
So what is that?
So, okay, so it's a couple of things. It's hubris. You know what that word means?
No.
Okay, it means arrogance.
Yeah, okay.
It's arrogant for you to even think that you can solve somebody else's problem.
That is arrogant.
It's arrogant as fuck because you're not them.
You're not them.
Right? So, who am I to think that I could walk in your life and solve any of your problems?
Wait right there with that. Keep on going. Keep on going. What you're saying? But I can open the Bible and just go right to one place. But you can go ahead.
Okay, that's valid as hell. This is super valid.
I would just go to Proverbs. So I just speak it. I'm listening. I'm just going to Proverbs and just pick up a line.
I like Proverbs. That's one of my mom's favorite.
I'm listening to you though.
What was I even saying? This like threw me off.
This threw you off?
It's like all the tassels.
It was going through like fixing someone else's
Oh,
life.
right. It's arrogant as hell for us to think that we can fix somebody else's problems.
It
So
is.
that's part of it. But then the other part of it that I often see Christians fall into is the idea that what is it? The idea that sacrificing oneself without a cause is noble. But it is only noble when it is done with a cause. It is only noble
Yeah.
when there's somebody who actually wants, needs, and deserves saving. Because there's no greater gift than to lay down your life for another man. That's another scripture.
That's another scripture. It's there. Yeah.
There's no greater gift than to lay down your life for another man. So it's not that you, and it's also more blessed to give than it is to receive.
It's always been that.
But there's a delicate balance between being a doormat and between emptying yourself out until you're dry and then being generous. That's a very thin line. So it's arrogance, but it's also people thinking that they can do more than they can.
It's like the world. If you look at the world aspect, where I'll put it and I'll basically sum it up for everybody out there. In this world, majority of these countries are self-sufficient off the oil. They can dig up off the ground, but they don't. We do it all collectively, and the reason why is we can't run the one hole dry. So we distribute it where we're doing it. That's why there's places around the world. You got Dubai, you got America. Why does all these countries can contribute oil and there's never not enough? You know why? Because we're distributing it. We're also contributing. We're also sharing. If you notice, but neither one of us, if you think about it, neither one of us are gifting the gift away. Is Dubai giving away oil? Is
No,
America giving away oil?
It's always a give or take.
It's a give or take.
So eye for an eye.
It's an eye for an eye aspect.
But also, you know the scripture that says, "My cup runneth over."
I don't know that one.
Okay, there's a scripture. I forget exactly what it is. He anoints my head with oil, my cup runneth over. But basically, the concept of my cup runneth over is like you have enough abundance. Your bottle is full. You have enough abundance, so now you can give to others.
Yeah.
But if your bottle is empty,
you can't give nothing.
You can't give nothing.
There's nothing to give.
So
yeah.
So lots of people, to answer your initial question, people give from empty bottles, and people are arrogant in thinking that they can fix people. Yep. So that's my answer.
That's a great answer. That's actually a great answer. I was looking at the Proverbs. I just flipped like whatever pages, just flipped to whatever, and it's crazy that most things that people are missing in life. It's not saying that you got to be a Christian. Not saying that. I'm saying if you just read a book, you're reading Instagram. You spend 45 minutes on Instagram. You're fixing other people's problems on their stories. You sign up on a story, and hey, your jacket's a little off. Hey, your shoes are untied. You probably need a haircut. It's in the Bible, B. Like it isn't. If you put it real, it's written down. It's statistically written down. I'm gonna just flip to a page. I'm gonna just give you a line and just read one line right there.
81.
Yeah, it's 23 right there on my thumb. I don't know what it says. I don't know. What did it say? It's written.
Yo, you're gonna trip out, bro.
What's there? I didn't.
And by the way, small clause. It is very easy to talk to God. If you sit here and you be earnest, you could open up a Bible. You could pull a tarot card. You could ask God for a sign. And if you do it earnestly and piously, if you don't know what that means humbly. If you do it earnestly, meaning coming from your heart, and piously, meaning humbly, He will answer you. And this is a perfect example. He told me to...
Okay, still recording.
All right. And this is a perfect example because this is how I talk to God through my Bible. I ask Him a question, and then I open to a random page, and there's always an answer.
And what's the answer there?
So what this one is
what is it?
This is exactly
Proverbs what?
This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 23.
Okay.
And it says, "It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding has wisdom."
There you go.
This is literally what you were talking about with Instagram.
That's it.
It is a sport to a fool to do mischief. So it is a sport to dumb motherfuckers to be all over IG like, oh, bro, you look at this nigga, he looks stupid.
Yeah,
Or look at this, oh, bro, this nigga retarded. Or oh, he could have played a better game. Or bro, you still on that?
Or you're betting on that.
Or you're betting on that. Even worse.
Even worse.
Even worse. You're putting your own hard-earned dollars into some shit you can't even control that's stacked against you. But regardless, and you can insert any fool here, a thief. It's a sport to do mischief. Yeah. You've seen kleptos. Sometimes they just steal for no reason.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So it's a sport to a fool to do mischief. And what'd you say replace Instagram with? A book.
A workout.
Because
30
because a man who understands is a man of wisdom.
Man of wisdom.
But if you choose to be a fool, know that mischief will be your sport. And mischief is only cool on one night of the year.
You winked on that one. That was good. But this recommends the next aspect. Not a question, the next one, but it's a big topic point of life where us men somewhere along these new centuries and just new technology era or school era. School is not that old. Don't bear in mind where you think that school's 5,000-6,000 years old. It's not.
It ain't.
School was invented by J.P. Morgan and the government in the early 1900s, late 1800s.
Tell them.
It doesn't fathom what the human body should learn, and it also shouldn't be justified. That's why I never studied school. I'm sorry to say, I never picked up a book in school and read it. I did my own thing, and I still passed and made grades. But I will say, somewhere along this era of life that we realized that most people behind the scene, behind the cameras, people watching on your phone, and they failed to realize there's a lot of anger between a lot of young men around this world, is the covenant. And when you speak that covenant, and what I mean by the covenant,
I was gonna say, tell me what you mean by that.
The covenant it's also in the Bible.
I know, dude.
It's big. It's big on it.
I was gonna ask you, are you speaking about the biblical covenant that God made with Abraham?
Abraham, yes. The biblical aspect of it was, I come here, you give me your arm, come here, we cut ourselves.
That's right.
The blood touches. We put our back to each other. I protect you. You protect me.
Yep.
But we put that covenant on when we step out to this real world, not just with the men in our group, not just with the woman in our relationship, but we also put it with the business partners that we entrust in.
I was gonna say, so everybody you interact with, there's an opportunity to
become that covenant. So a job opportunity. If you bow down and make the agreement, that's the cut. Then you sign the agreement, then you're onboarding. Okay, that's the point. Now is the point. You go out to the real world. You're serving the customer for this guy. Are you turning your back? Make sure you protect your boss, but you also know that he protects you to pay you.
Yep.
So in this world that we got, this new generation that we got going on, is you come over here. I know that you're gonna rock for me. I'm gonna rock for you, but we're not gonna place nothing.
Right.
But guess what? When we get out to that real world and it's business matters, I'm gonna backstab you.
Yep.
We lost that somewhere along this life connection.
I agree with you.
We lost this main aspect because you know where we lost it at? Social media. Because when I have a problem with you,
can I disagree with you
on the social media aspect?
I think we lost it far earlier.
Yes, but we got.
I'll tell you where I think we lost it, and this is why I don't know if I could be a full Christian. Tower of Babel.
Okay.
Do you remember what happened?
I didn't get to that part of the Bible yet.
But
I overheard, but I don't want to speak nothing
there. So I'll tell you the story from a layman's term, and then you can read it for yourself.
Okay.
So basically, they were building a tower, and there's a bunch of lessons here. There's a bunch of lessons here because the main lesson that's spoke about in the Bible is hubris. The idea of the Tower of Babel is how dare man think that they could become God.
Yes. That's the biggest no-no.
That's the biggest.
Don't ever think you are a God.
Right.
I said that once in my life, and I didn't even have a relationship the next day.
Right.
That was wrong doing. You don't do that.
But and this is what makes it hard. So the Tower of Babel, these people, this was back in the times of Genesis. So yes. We all spoke the same language.
Yes, I read Genesis, the whole thing.
So we all spoke the same language. You know, yes. We walked with God and with God's children, and God's angels would manifest themselves to us more regularly.
And also Abraham goes and he goes to I forgot where it was, but he goes to Canaan or something off God when God told him to go ahead.
Right.
leave your life behind and go
to Canaan.
and just follow me.
Yes.
Follow me, yes.
So, Tower of Babel, all these people had come together, and they were building a tower to heaven.
Yeah.
And God struck the tower down, and then he made it so they couldn't understand each other. And this is why we have language today. This is why your family speaks Spanish, my family speaks English, and this is why in Arabia they speak Arabic, and in Judea they speak Aramaic, and fucking, this is why we have all these languages, because God basically scattered the people and made it so they couldn't speak to each other, so they could never come together to build another tower to heaven. So because we can't communicate, we can't build a tower to heaven. You understand?
Yeah.
So we lost it far.
Yeah.
Because now.
But we are in agreement now. That's what I come to. You can use Instagram and translations there. The picture is the same. So you could be in whatever part of the world.
So
and you put that picture up and it's there.
So this is the dark side of technology, the technological singularity, the technocratic singularity. No one's an individual. We're all a technological hive mind. This is what Elon Musk wants to do. This is why he wants everybody to have a Neuralink. This is why Wall Street is dead. It's because they want to make everything digital, so you essentially become a number that they can control digitally by shutting off your bank account.
Yeah, but they're not God. They're trying to become God.
Right. So that's what I mean when I said this is the dark side of us coming together via social media, because we are circumventing the Tower of Babel moment.
Yeah.
You understand?
We're basically taking the exit early and trying to go around.
Yeah, we're finding a loophole.
We're trying to go around the park.
Find a loophole.
Yeah.
So, but then the thing that makes that hard is what God would doom his children to thousands of years of fighting and backstabbing because they can no longer communicate on things like what they think is true about God, or what they think is reasonable about life. Because you go one place and they don't eat pork, you go another place they don't eat cows, you go another place,
we're diverse,
right? So but pre-Babel, we were all together, we could all agree, all right, we're all gonna be vegan. You're like, we could all agree, and we could all say here. So
I felt the distrust was there.
So the gripe, not the gripe, but I guess the thing that about the Tower of Babel story that makes me uncomfortable is the implications of all the fighting, violence, and things that came out of pure misunderstanding after our language was scrambled, thus our understanding of each other and our community was scrambled.
Definitely.
So that's why it's like there's two sides of it. Like there's a very dark side of it where it's like, damn, like thousands of years of fighting because you didn't want us to build a tower to heaven, and yet we're supposed to be your children made in your image. And then there's another aspect of it that's like, I understand where you're coming from though, because we are not as great as you. So that's why I'm like that story always kind of like gives me like a cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one thing before I wrap this. Like, not the question, the covenant is the landmark, the point that I'm at.
Yeah, please do.
It's basically like what I'm saying is, us people in this world, we give our covenant away way too easy. And that's what I would say about it. If you're in a group chat if you're in a group chat with somebody via text message, via going every week to go play basketball, via whatever, if you're in that covenant moment, honor that moment. Honor that moment. My text message between you is a covenant, and I never ever in my text message said anything prerogative.
Right.
I've never went anything negative to you.
Right.
And my Instagram covenant to you is positive as it could be. I can't show you my stream. We're recording off this phone right now, but it's only that.
I get it. I understand.
But guess what? The covenant to other people, to my text messages are positive, but guess what they're giving me?
Yeah, negative.
They're giving me this backstab, and that's only doing worse to ourselves.
I agree.
So why are we giving this covenant and then talking smack and talking negatively
about the people within our own covenant?
In our own covenant,
right?
So we assigned this agreement. Yeah, we're gonna text each other. I gave you your number. You gave me your number. We're in agreement. We're gonna talk to each other. But I'm gonna go behind your back
Status.
Yo, Bruce, go jump off that bridge.
Right.
On text message.
Yeah.
Go cheat on your wife on that text. What?
Right.
That's not the covenant that we signed as grown men face to face.
Exactly.
We didn't say that we are gonna do that face to face.
Yep.
So why do that on media?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it comes to the big aspect of the covenant thing. And I make it to the
No, I agree with you on that. Like,
yeah,
we are very loose with our relationships, and that doesn't help with our community building.
It doesn't cover
and our community building is literally the only way we're going to survive as humans.
And the only thing I will say about the last thing of the covenant is when it comes to loved ones, is don't let no one else break that covenant. Don't let the feeling of anything else. Don't let the disrespect that you're gonna witness in between your household, but that covenant is still there. That protector is still there. If you're gonna be full time, that covenant gotta be there. If you're gonna make sure you're living life together, you're gonna live the life together.
When you said loved ones, you're talking about family.
Talking about family. Talking about any your marriage, your marital life, your kids.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear these stories along this life and this church, I go to church a lot. When I hear these stories around these group men and no names spoken, and people pick at the little things, and pick at the little things, and then pick at the little things in the family.
They keep opening a wound.
Opening these little wounds. The covenant is going into these people that there's no. Now I know that my covenant to them is different. Because when I turn around and I'm this way,
yeah, is he going?
He gonna picking at me.
Yeah.
So why don't you turn around and you turn to that person? Hey, Bruce, I don't like the shoes you wear. Don't wait till I go this way, even though we signed a covenant agreement.
Right.
You're my friend. That's a covenant agreement. When I tell Fulan that you're my friend, covenant agreement.
Yep.
But I turn around, but Bruce, this, that, and third. I fell victim to that. And then we could all say we fell victim to that. And that's a grown man speaking as a grown man speaking. Fell victim high hands.
Hell yeah.
Fell victim to that.
Come on.
But when you realize that aspect in life, you're like,
now you gotta go.
You gotta go. That is a bad thing in life. But now you know you got that covenant, and you go and you work forward with somebody else with that covenant. Hey, now you know you can talk to that person head first. Don't be scared to speak to somebody on that covenant aspect. Hey, wife, this issue. Hey, friend, this issue. Hey, family member, this issue. Don't wait. Don't go like this and then try to get a messenger to don't get a messenger to fix your covenant issue. That don't go like that.
Yeah.
That don't go like that, man. Right. And now I'm a brainstorm. I'm gonna knock your socks off.
I'm ready. I like your questions. They're good. They're very good. Extremely good.
I'm gonna read it out. It's stop trying. So stop trying to get into shape. Stop trying to be in a better place in life. Stop trying to get rid of addiction. Stop trying to go and do. Stop trying to change the world with doing. But you can also do one thing. The trying thing.
All right.
Get rid of the word. I wish I had a freaking board. Why are
you don't have one in here?
I'm gonna get one. Why are we trying in this world? What are you trying for?
Hold up.
Are you gonna do in life, or are you gonna try?
Ooh.
Which one are you doing?
I love you. So there's a Buddhist concept. Oh no, forgive me. There's a Taoist concept, and the concept is the Tao is like kind of like the Force in Star Wars, or God, right?
Definitely.
God, Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit aspect of God is the Tao.
Definitely.
So the Force, the spirit that moves through you, that puts things on your heart, that gives you intuition, right? So in the Tao, they have this concept of Wu Wei.
Okay.
Which means to do without doing.
Okay.
Which is basically what you're asking. Are you doing or are you trying?
Definitely. Definitely.
It's the concept of Wu Wei. It's to do without doing. To be without being. So there was a great Buddhist philosopher.
Let me make sure this thing is recorded. So I'm sorry, Cameron.
You're good.
Let me make sure. We're still good.
All right.
We're at the 44-minute mark.
So there's
a great talk. I got 5 talks. We made it 3.
No, we could go all 5. I don't care.
No, I made it to 4. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm listening.
So doing without doing. So basically, the way that Alan Watts put it was, if you really try to look at something, what do? You squint, right?
Yeah.
And by the very nature of you squinting to look at something, what are you doing? You're cutting off how much you could see.
Yeah, you put it. Okay, I get the aspect now.
You know what I'm saying? So when you try, it's like you're squinting. It's like, why am I squinting when I'm trying to look at something?
You think, but
you think you're
you're razor focused in that one aspect.
Right, but in reality, all you're doing is cutting off your perspective.
Of life.
You understand? So when you try to do something, it's like it's like squinting at something.
Yes.
When in reality, you should just look at it. You know what I'm saying? Or, for example, the ears don't try to hear.
Yeah, your eyes don't try to look.
Your eyes don't try to look. Your mouth doesn't try to eat.
Yeah.
It just does. You don't try to breathe. So this is how you should go through life. You know what you should do, but the problem is people resist what they should do because they make excuses for themselves, right? I got anxiety, or I feel sick today. I'm not gonna go to the gym, or I blah blah blah. We make excuses for ourselves, but that's not us not knowing what to do.
Pause right there is like, once they say I'm not going to the gym, that was an action, but they'll say I'm gonna try to go to the gym.
Well, that's
when you kill it.
But that's the same thing. That's the same thing as saying you're not going.
But people use the trying as an effort.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not effort.
It's not.
It's not an effort in life.
It's not.
You can't try.
Yeah.
You never tried to tie your shoes. You had to get. You
tried
for the first couple of times. You failed, but guess what? You ended up nodding them, and you go about your business.
You do it.
You go about your. This is where I get to the last aspect of that one piece. I'm gonna bring these books.
And it's also that now what?
The now what moment.
Yeah.
It's the now what moment.
You have to do. So now you do.
This is my last couple of months of reading, where I read The Greatest Salesman in the World.
Right? That's fine.
He didn't try to become successful. He was.
He was. I love
Stop overthinking. When I read this book, Stop Overthinking, it's on Amazon.
Analysis paralysis. You familiar with that term?
No.
It's you're overthinking, so you're not moving. You're overanalyzing,
so this whole book.
So you're paralyzed.
This whole book.
Analysis paralysis.
Can be read by anybody. I read it.
Yeah.
It's 191 pages. It took me from
short.
month 5 to I started. Let's say I don't know what it was, but they never tried to stop overthinking. They showed you how to stop overthinking. And
it's up to you to
That's
do
another
it.
One.
You can behold, but will you do it?
This is a church book. It's a transition book. It's transitioning your life. I'm not gonna get into that too much because there's no paid promotion on this, but that. Then we got the Checklist Manifesto. This is Strong to Life. We go through life.
Uh-huh.
We have a checklist. We want to eat breakfast. We want to brush our teeth. Go to work.
Doing without doing.
You're doing, right? You're doing. And you want to go home. But guess what? When you clock out at 5 o'clock, the book goes out the window. You are trying. Then you go into try mode. I want to try to do this stuff. Why is it not here? Why is the calendar not being used? We have Apple iPhones, Samsung. This is calendar. If you know your world from 9 to 5 is doing, and then as soon as that 5 o'clock marks hit, your brain shuts down, and it goes to trying. I'm trying to fix my relationship. I'm trying to cook. I am trying to. I'm gonna try to become successful till I don't have to work this 9 to 5. Why? You made the checklist, but you went down to the point where it matters the most on your free time.
Yeah, it's that because that's what chooses where you.
When we had this meeting today, we didn't try to shoot. We're gonna be on this message,
right?
So that's where the Checklist Manifesto is very strong. This checklist saved tons of lives throughout the health world. Props to the book, the guy who studied Bowen, who figured out how Bowen can be safer. He's great. This is a great book. Also on Netflix. Amazon. The LLC budgeting. This is great for starting business. This is book, honestly, it's 2024 book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gift it to you.
I was gonna say
I'm not gonna gift you this one piece. I wrote down my key points.
That's valid.
But I'm gonna gift you a book.
I appreciate
from this type. That's another one. And this to me is very strong when it comes to that aspect that I keep on speaking on this. And it's the trying. It's the indistractable. It's the indistractable. It's
like that.
We're doing too much. We go to the gym and we're looking around and then we're saying we're gonna work out, but we're making social meetings at a gym. You trying to work out or you gonna work out?
Yeah. Exactly.
When you run a mile with your headphones in and no one's talking to you, that mile goes by faster than trying to run the 5 miles of walking and talking with somebody else. It doesn't make sense.
I get it.
Why are we trying this aspect? I'm gonna pick my books because my books worth more than the floor.
It's
I will
worth
say
more
that.
than gold.
I'm gonna pick these back up.
Knowledge is worth more than
I'm
gold.
gonna tap into that with you. We're gonna get into the last aspect so we can wrap it up for these people. I've been on a book hiatus. As you can see, I've been dibbling dabbling. The next book I can't speak because I'm not there yet. And he's
Valid.
talking some crazy stuff. I get where he's coming from.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
opening a pill bottle, putting sunlight at the end. But I get it. I'm cool with that. You
Opening
know,
a pill bottle and putting sunlight at you.
yeah. It's like you were saying, he's basically talking nothing. The data's there.
I
They
see.
say whatever. It's money management.
Interesting.
Money management, and that's harsh. That's a hard language to speak. I know that this is a hard thing to speak with among the youth or anybody in this world.
Hell yeah.
Is
Because half of these niggas is broke.
but they're not broke.
They're not. They just spend irresponsibly, and they don't invest. And as somebody who had just started saving and investing religiously, nigga, your accounts will get bigger faster than you imagine.
So how's your split? If you don't mind me asking, I'm gonna just jot it down the split. I'm not saying your money. I'm just saying your percentage wise.
Like
10% go this way, 10% go that way.
Oh, my split is like.
Let me just write that down.
My split is.
So let's say you get, just say hypothetically you get a $5,000 paycheck. You split it.
I literally just got like a check, so I'm doing it in my head right now.
So you split your check 10%. I'm not saying number wise. Just give me the percentage of which way. I'm not putting a number into here.
No, I hear you. I was gonna say probably because I know I'm like more than 10% right now, so I'd probably say.
It's a thinking curve now. You're thinking about it this way, right?
Yeah, no, because I had really strict percentages for a while, but then I started making like
lenient.
Yeah, I started making pretty good money, so I started, just.
So why did that change? If you make good money, why did it change your habits?
I just upped the percentages.
So you put your quadrants and you got your cans and you went and you put 10%.
Yeah, I put more.
You put 2% more in this can, 2% more in this can.
I know how much I need to live off of in a week.
Okay.
And then I know how much I need to live off of for the month.
So question for
you.
you.
Everything else goes into a savings account.
So question for you is 50% of your earnings a month can cover your living expense?
Yeah.
And okay, so that's a good standpoint.
Yeah, I'd say 50% can cover my food and my 50% can cover my food and my living. And then the other 50%.
What do you say your savings at the monthly?
And then my other 50%
is
distributed in a couple of different ways. So
10.
Yeah, I have like 10 in money markets.
So it's basically savings.
No, money markets.
So you're saying those are smaller ventures?
Stocks.
So it's a small venture. Those are considered small ventures. They can make you a boomer.
Yeah.
They can make a million. So small ventures, okay, small ventures.
Yeah, so I have like 10% in stocks.
Okay.
Then I have 10% in savings.
Okay, savings.
And then I have like 10% in gold.
Gold is, but okay. So you're 20% in flipping because you're putting gold and the market as your.
No. I'm just holding gold.
Yeah, but it don't matter. You're as
an investment.
That's still an investment. So that's 20% investment. So you got 20, 10 into savings, and then you're missing another 20 somewhere. And it's the 20 going to entertainment, which is fine. If you got 20% of your budget, monthly budget, going into, like, let's say trips or like parties.
No, and that's why I said it's kind of hard for me.
Or the 20% loss gap somewhere where you can't track.
No, because I've just, like I said, I've been putting more money into.
So you've been cutting out on your regular
on my living.
On your living to supplement this.
Yeah, to supplement venture, my savings.
This venture. So now I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna break it down. The best way I can break it down is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way I look at it.
Talk
it's
to me.
Split.
Yeah.
50 savings. We're in accordance with that. I mean, a 50% living. We're in accordance with that.
Right.
Maybe you can go less if you make a bigger money, but right now for me, 50% living.
That's where I'm at.
It's about the same. Boom.
Yeah, my food and my gas and my rent is covered by 50%.
My biggest thing I do is 10% is tithing.
Okay, yeah.
It's giving to church. Mm-hmm. Not even giving to church either. I give to people.
I get it.
I give to
charity.
Charity, whatever.
Yeah.
10% of that.
I give a lot of money away too.
So let's say, but you gotta put that into your savings.
I didn't.
You can't.
I didn't even. Yeah,
you can't out scratch that and then leave.
Yeah, because I didn't even think about that. But I like. Oh my gosh.
You don't.
If I even thought about like how much money, I've just like take 20 or like I like take this or take that or like you did something for me, so I'll break bread with you. I've done that a lot more now that I make more money.
This is my aspect.
So so thank you for that.
That's where I come into the aspect of that.
Thank you.
That's where I come into the aspect.
Thank you, because that's probably more than my 20% that I fucking look at.
You're losing someone, but this is when we're coming to very vision wise. The 10% of the tithing, let's say 10%, giving. I'm just put giving.
Right.
Giving. 10% is giving. It's a net. It's a loss, but it's a loss when it's a loss leaders. Basically, it's great for you, but it's lost.
Right.
50, that's 60. Then you got another can. Another can is savings. So another 10 savings. My handwriting's bad, but it's all right. 10% savings. Now you have 70. You got 3 more cans to put in too.
Well, that's the money markets.
Yeah. You're digging too deep. Digging too deep. Let's say you put 20% into regular money market, like option, like growth.
Yeah, growth oriented investing.
Growth. This is the way my split is. Growth.
Have you been playing with the money markets lately?
I've just been putting money into that. It, yeah. I got my retirement 401k, but I've just been putting money to other little things that I know I'm gonna. I also put money into my tools, into my marketing for my business.
That's valid.
Because I intertwine my business with my personal, because I'm gonna make it a C.
This is the second thing part of the reason I want this book.
That's for you though, but we're not in the topic to speak
but to go off what you're saying here is because and the reason it's hard for me to answer these questions. So wait. Hear me out. In September, I would have had perfect answers for you. I had a budget all structured. Then October came and I was paying DJs. Receiving money from gigs, going on gigs myself, and then like all that shit got fucked up because then I'd front run paying DJs before I got the pay from the company. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then all that got messed up, which is why I'm looking into starting an LLC so I can more easily manage where everything is going.
But you don't need any LLC. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I want to make a LLC for a couple of reasons, because I'm a 1099, and then I can be a 1099 under my own LLC and then pay myself out of the LLC and then pay my clients out of the LLC and then write that off.
The cars and all that good stuff.
So all my numbers aren't right because I was making like, there's some months like, I think, what are we in, November?
No, December.
We're in December. October. So between like the middle of September towards like the end of October, I made like 10K.
Yeah.
But like 3 of that went to paying DJs. You know what I mean? So it's like,
but like this is where I come. This is the strongest thing.
But this is why you see why I want a separate account, a business account, so that I pay them out of the business account, and then my personal money is separated from that. And then if I have to front run and pay out of my own pocket, it's coming out of the business account and it's not coming out of my personal.
So grasp me, ready?
I'm listening.
Grasp me. So now we got the 50, the 10, the 10, and the 20. So you got 90%. You forgot about the main thing besides everything.
What is it?
It's vacation. It don't matter. Vacation is you going on a trip with anybody. You going to we're going to the bar. We go to the bar.
Yeah.
The extra come out of that. That savings. That account. So you got 10%. It's fun money.
Right.
Fun money. It's another loss, but it's also a gainer.
Yeah.
So now where I come into the 20% of growth.
Mm-hmm.
You grab these 5 coordinates. It don't matter which way 10%, 8%, 6%, however your budget can fit it. Grab those 10, you got those 5 pieces, and you go on your app. Your app is digital. Your banking app is digital.
Right.
You open 5 accounts.
Okay.
Your money comes into the main account, which is the living. From there, you split off 50% of that, and you start dibbling, and you put the 10% into there, the 10% into each account, the 10% to the other account, 10% to the other account, and then 20% to the other account. Guess what now? Now, you get those accounts. And you link that account, the 20% that you use for financial, for let's say Robinhood.
Yeah.
Robinhood is connected to that 20% account.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Then you get the fund money. You got that account connected to that card. So now when you go fund, your money's coming out of this account only.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you only have $1,000.
Right.
But you know that you only got 1,000. You don't have the 6,000 that you've seen on the whole account.
Of course.
But you're trying to you're trying to break this,
compartmentalizing.
you're trying to make these percentages up as you're flying. So like if I'm gonna go out with you and I'm like, yeah, let's go spend this $500, but your mind says I got it. You do have it,
but you don't.
Your 10% fund doesn't have it.
Right.
So
yes, you don't.
You don't have it.
Yeah.
You really don't have it.
Right.
You really don't have it
because you're taking it from something
Yeah,
else.
but you don't realize in the moment because you
going.
have it all in one place.
Yeah.
Then you get the savings. Cool. Your savings account. Boom. We should always have an emergency savings.
Yep.
Cool. And your regular little diving. So when I give to church and whatever I give to, when I give to people that need, I put out of that account. So now I go back into my monthly thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, let's see. 50% went to here. My 10% went there. My other 10% went to fund. I got $50 left over.
Yeah.
It's gonna continue going on. I keep on adding to it no matter what.
Of course.
My 20% there. That growth 20% is strong for you, my brother, and me as well. Anybody else entrepreneurs in this world, the 20% growth. That 20% growth, you transfer that into a whole nother bank account. Not the same one.
No, high.
A whole nother.
I know the high interest.
No, not high interest. No. That 20% that you're using for DJing, that you're investing into your equipment, you take that money and you go into a whole nother account. So now you're at your personal life, paying 20% of it to your business life.
Well,
that's your investment.
I want a business account now.
But that's what
and
you
then
do.
I'll pay myself out of the business.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the 20% you're taking out of your personal life, you got to account for that into your business life, and then now you know what, because you're doing it right now. You said you're taking 20% into small ventures.
Oh yeah.
So those 20%.
Oh,
you can't just take it out of the full $20,000. You get $10,000.
Take it into another account.
Yeah, you can't just go to your $10,000 that you got in life, and in that month, and then say, hey, I'm gonna grab that $10,000. I'm gonna take off $5,000 because I feel like it, or $2,000. That's 20% because I feel like it, and put into that account, or just spend it and say I'm gonna spend on these speakers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend $2,000 on these speakers, but you don't know where it went.
Right.
You took the cash out and withdrew it. Yeah. There's no trace. But if you put that money into your business, the $2,000, and you say I want to go
business account, and then you use the business card, it's all there. Yeah,
it's all there. But then guess what? Now
you
turn around, and now you say, okay, throughout the year I invested $20,000 into my business. I didn't spend $500 here, $500 here, $500 here. Withdraw. You knew where everything's at. You can write it. You can also write it off, and you also can treat yourself better because you're not robbing yourself. We have the tendency to rob ourselves.
I agree with that.
If I get $100 right now and it's in 20s, I'm splitting it a way that I would never believe. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
If I get a $20 bill, 5 20s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and think that 5 20s. I'm gonna give a 20 here. I'm gonna go buy some snacks on this part of the town. By the time I get home, I got $40.
Right.
I spent that on fun money. This ain't for that. But if I put that $100 in my bank account, I'm splitting it my way. And then when someone asks me, yo, I got $5 for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now you got it.
But your bottle's full though.
Right.
Like you said, your bottle, you can't give out your bottle
when it's empty. Yeah.
So you can't give your business out of a bottle that you're not.
I get it.
There.
I get it. That's why I need the business account.
You need the business account, but you also got to structure yourself first.
I agree with that. And like I said, I had a complete structure that got all messed up by having.
But it shouldn't be messed up like that.
No, I hear you. Look, when you gotta pay $700 out of your pocket.
I fall victim to a lot of things.
And then you gotta
get it back on the flip. I get it.
You understand.
I get it. I understand it totally.
You understand.
I have a whole side business.
But I thank you for that because I'm gonna get back on my budget literally when I get home.
Get back on the budget. Just spend 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna open up the laptop and get my numbers straight again, and that's it.
When you read this book.
Yeah.
And you grab this book.
Yeah.
And you put your covenant into the book. In this book, called the Bible, in the book, the Quran, and the Jewish book, I don't know what it's called, the Talmud, and whatever other people, and even in these Islamic countries, in these ISIS groups where they practice crazy stuff.
Yeah, Shia.
When in the book did it say to become broke?
Yeah, no, nowhere.
So
wait, it says in here actually that I have plans to prosper you.
Exactly. Where in this book?
And it says your cup runneth over.
Would you go on Amazon and buy a book that says you're gonna fail?
Hell no.
So why are you doing it to your budgets, to your bank account? Why is your bank account looking like it's falling apart? That's what I ask everybody in this world.
My bank account good right now.
It's good, but it's not split.
It isn't.
It isn't split. You can go pull $2,000 out and you'd be like, damn, hold up. Let me. Am I gonna cover that? I should be able to cover that. Hold up. I'm falling victim to bleeding. My pockets are bleeding now. Oh. You didn't even know you went out 6 times because your pockets are bleeding on it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't go out 6 times.
You didn't go, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
No, I get it. I understand.
What
And like I said, that's where I was literally for most of my life, up until very recently.
Right, recently, and that's great for you to be doing that. That's great for everybody. That's great for the world to be doing that.
The world does need to do that.
The world needs to do that. The world, these kids.
Because I think if I would have just started, if I started when I was your age, like, you know, when you were doing your shit. Like
I mean, I was never compartmentalized. I was never structured.
But you're just, but
I was just given. I was bleeding.
Okay.
I was bleeding. I was making money. I was bleeding my money more. Matter of fact, I was getting paid. I was getting paid and losing my money before I got paid. Put it that way. I was more broke working a job than I was not working the job because I was too busy giving out on everything in life before I even got it. So what's the point in aspect of doing that type of stuff? But I realized if I time block, which is time block is big in this book, Indistractable. Time blocking. Time block my life to know that I work these hours. After these hours, I'm gonna do my ventures. After these ventures, I'm gonna get ready for the next day to win. After this day, I'm gonna work out in the morning. I'm also gonna set my budgets. I'm gonna put 20 minutes towards my finances. I've never said I tried. I said I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're doing it.
So that's all big talk. It's all big talk to this world.
Yeah, I understand, bro.
It's all big talk to this world. This world needs those. And the title to this episode is just becoming better. We just put it becoming better.
Becoming better. So, what's the podcast called now?
We're not talking.
All right, we don't know. That we'll figure it out.
We're not talking this aspect right now.
Right now, this episode is becoming better.
It's becoming better. It's becoming better. And to hang it up, we're gonna leave you guys. It's a nice 8:49 on a Thursday night. I know you got work tomorrow, and I do. Yeah, I do. I have work.
I do at 2.
You're not trying to go to work tomorrow, though, right? You're gonna go to work.
What you mean?
You're not trying to go to work, right?
You're hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're gonna go to work,
of course,
and you're gonna get your stuff done. All right, first positive.
So what you think I don't go to work?
No, I'm just saying. But the world out here is trying.
Oh,
I mean, we're out in this trying era in life where we're trying to become Instagram famous.
Yeah,
okay? I'm gonna leave you guys off there. But you gotta get me off topic.
Hold on. Yeah, you gotta say some words, bro. With all this that we talked about, you saw how we bought the Bible into it. That is the most important thing. Besides your finances, besides everything, your family, all that. Most important thing is your relationship with God. Make sure you're good with God, and that's all I gotta say. Hallelujah, amen.
Brother, nice having you on here.